brought in here. Look at this. And you're selling it. No. What do you mean no? Yeah.
Hello, Abdul Handsome. Hey, lavuthi by costing between 100 abantwana. Oh baby daddy.
Ama-citizen bheka wasiyakala lokuyaqasha abokufika. Abokufika bakhela emakhaya ethu baqashe yisi.
Uyithatha le mali. Kwintshontshile.
I have this video that I've prepared for you so that you can see what is happening this week, what is happening today here in South Africa. These are a collection of clips from different platforms, from different users that have combined them and made a compilation. Guys, breaking news is President Ramaphosa just announced yesterday around 8 p.m. that he's not going to resign during the Concord judgment. Because I'm saying it's breaking news because many people were expecting it, him to announce his resignation. After the case is going to be going back to court. So other political leaders like the EFF, they've already announced that it will be a good decision for him to resign. And the ATM, they've said it simply means our president is busy solving his problems. Our president has problems that he's dealing with. That is why the community and people are on the street marching against illegal foreigners, against people that are here undocumented. In this video, we'll be seeing also clips of the law enforcement also being part of the march, helping the marchers and destroying the illegal buildings that are all over Joburg. So you'll see those as well in this part of the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so that we keep giving you the updates all the time. Let's take forward.
Azimi inhlangano siyacela lokho inhlangano azimi kuke kube ukuthi nje umuntu lwelizwe lakhe nezikipa zabo inhlangano lezi bokufuna bahame ngaso kuza naso umuntu akalwele ilizwe lakhe ukuthi kuyamosheka ezweni lakhe akangazothatha isikipa sena kungasenhlangano asibethela kuthina eParliament. Abantu abaphethe izikhulu eParliament aziyeke ukukhipha amakhosi emhlabeni awazo. Zipasa isimithetho erongo eParliament ezweni lamakhosi ngoba lamaParliament ahleli lana nje aphasi kwemhlaba yani yamakhosi. Ayafika amaParliament bokubusa imithetho yamakhosi la izweni lakhe. Izwe likaphunga noMageba. Izwe lokhokho bethu leli. Laliwa lelizwe liwe emabhoneni ukuthi alibuye libuyele ebantwini. Sizalifika kuma Nigeria. Silifika kumandeni silifika kumasokulu kuza kumashangana kuyo yonke lento kunga yebo siyazi bakhona abafowethu abanye abamashangana asebehabi nobuzwe bala eSouth Africa asitsho ke kubona sitsho kulabo abangenabo ubuzwe ba siyacela ukuthi abasiphumele sisafuna ukulungisa okomndeni okwala ekhaya sikhathele sanele kupasisa imithetho eParliament erongo ngani ngoba yini amakhosi bawakhiphile eParliament bakhiphelana amakhosi eParliament ngoba phela amakhosi imihlaba yawo
ngokudayiselwa ukudla sekudlulele isikhathi kanye nokuthi abantu abakuleli ngokungemthetho babavimbela amathuba omsebenzi.
Ubone kanjani bonani pheka bonani ukubonile bonani nisijwayela kabi nina.
Abayingxenye yale mashi bebesaphaza kwasana amatafuleni abathengisa emgaqweni bebeza ukubonakala
kinga nje silwa into eyodwa asisabafuni inkankane ayidlo nje umsudu wangakubo asisafuni umuntu sasala sodwa sihlupheke sodwa egoli sihlupheke sodwa eSouth Africa yethu abahambe babuyele emazweni akubo bayakwenza lo bakwenza la kanti nasemazweni akubo kunabantu.
Ukuthunjwa kwamazwi kubheka waseFosloras nakho kube nomthelelo ekuthini umphakathi umashe.
Indaba kamazwi nayo isizile futhi ngoba nakho umuntu omnyama uvula ibhizinisi akufuna uvula ibhizinisi eSouth Africa yini naku isizile ngoba naku umazwi ubuyile kube beka strike umazwi bekazobuya nini kusho ukuthi umazwi bengeke abuye phela ngoba phela igama lithi ubani wena uyini wena emphakathini kube bengastrikanga kube siyange Fosloras kube umazi namanje kube simazi kuthi ukuphi.
Selling expiring food
for our children. Our children are dying every day. Today and every day, their children are dying because of their food. So they must go. We don't need you anymore.
Yize lo mphakathi uqinisekisa amaphoyisa ngokuthi angeke ucekele phansi impahla, uboloku umile kwelokuthi uzoqeda nyanga esitolo zabo kufika.
U-SAPS awusilekelele uqinisa amadoda. U-SANDF awusilekelele uqinisa amadoda. Umasipala awusilekelele uqinisa amabhayilesi. Ama-citizens wethu awusilekelele ukuqasha abokufika. Abokufika bakhele emakhaya ethu baqashe yithi. Abokufika abangaqashwa emagaraji. Siyafisa ukuthi namagaraji ethu amalokishini esiqashisa ngayo asiyavale sivulela abantu bakithi siyabonga. Manda. Amanda. Hayi maningafuna nifuna niyafuna. Alright. Kodwa-ke engingasicela ukusho nje sicelile ukuthi sicela i-political tolerance. Everybody ola uze ngezwi lelodwa le-illegal immigration.
Besides ANC, we can't tolerate
it. Uma nisho njalo engikwenzayo mina ukuthi from much and much leadership we must pronounce ukuthi sisebenza nawo wonke umuntu osebenzayo. Nilungile nikukushila kalula. Right.
Yo abantu bakhathele ANC. Hi ANC. So abantu lana, I'm gonna talk about this last clips. Like they can't even give the guy a chance to speak. That's how people are tired of the ANC. You will understand Maui South African just like me, Ushalala in South Africa, because we are having all these problems that we are having here in South Africa. It's because of the ANC. Remember, they've taken the power during 1994. But where are we as a country? You know, we are dealing with these illegal foreigners here in South Africa because of ANC has never actually taken responsibility as a political party that is leading South Africa to fight against this problem. You know, so that is why these people are tired of any leaders from the ANC. I was talking about Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa is fixing his problems, is dealing with his problems. Whatever that is happening here in South Africa, it's not the first thing that comes in his mind. The first thing that comes in his mind is him surviving the fight that he's fighting. So we must be awake. We must wake up and start realizing that we are on our own as South Africans. We have this clip that I was going to play. This guy, I've taken it from the news. He's actually saying something that is different from a lot of us South Africans that we are saying. He has his own view. Listen to it.
There's two sides to this story, and this is what you talk about fairness. So let's mention, for example, the economic impact that shows, our own statistics, South Africa show, that each immigrant that is having a business here employs at least 3 to 4 people, contributes taxes. Nobody ever talks about that. We never talk about the dysfunctionality of Home Affairs in terms of its documentation crisis, where most people who are deemed, quote, illegal are simply without documentation. We don't talk about the 4 million South African citizens who are undocumented, who have to wait years for their documentation. What about them? What about, it's a documentation crisis, it's a systemic crisis. And what we're saying is, we recognize, I wonder why, for example, there was no mention of the Kopanang African Xenophobia March, which happened 2 weeks ago in this very city with hundreds and hundreds of people with exactly the different kind of message. We don't talk about these things. So we're creating a very similar kind of thing to the United States, which is this anger that is then directed towards those who, by the way, built this city that we're very much in. Migrants built this city from Mozambique and Zimbabwe, miners who worked here, who created much of the wealth of the city we live in. And now we're trying to blame them for all of these ills, when in fact, if we start looking at the factual information about joblessness, there's no statistical evidence, there's no evidence that suggests that foreign nationals are taking away many, many jobs. What we have is we have a macroeconomic policy that basically privileges corporate capital and big investments and doesn't support small-scale township economies. So if, for example, you even kick out all the sponsor shop owners tomorrow and say all the foreign nationals are owned and every single South African citizen, would those small-scale businesses survive because of our own policies? No. You ask a South African spaza shop owner, they're facing exactly the same problems. So instead of making this an immigration, foreign citizen issue, we should make it a governance issue, a policy issue, and politicians have a lot to answer for, because that's where people are protesting. Water, electricity, education, health, housing. Those can't be blamed on foreign nationals, who make up, by the way, less than 4% of our population.
Let me state my views here. Number one, what I want to talk about. Our government, we know we have a problem of documents. We know we have a problem of our home affairs, but that's our South African problems. It affects South Africans. You can't be telling us that someone that left Nigeria to come here to South Africa, you're gonna say we must not blame those people for being here illegally. You can't be telling me that someone that left Congo and come to South Africa, we must not blame that person for being here illegally because our system is failing us. It's our system. They shouldn't, isn't it not supposed to be ukuthi bona ezweni labo they have, maybe their home affairs is better. Are they not supposed to fix their papers there in their country's home affairs, rather than you coming and telling us that we shouldn't blame these people because our home affairs is failing us, our government is failing us, but they came here without proper papers from their countries, from their governments. So wena baba umdala ufuna ukublame, ufuna ukuthi you ignoring the facts here, the facts are, those are the problems that we are aware of. We know about those problems, but we shouldn't just put it all in one bundle and say, nah, we should blame our government. No. This case is different. People from Nigeria, they should blame for their governments for not helping them to have proper papers to be here. Not them saying, yeah, we are here in South Africa, but they're not providing us with papers with the Nigerians. So now we're going to allow foreigners to come and blame our government for their failure, as much as we as South Africans blaming them for their failure. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm simply making a simple, straightforward that we are aware of the problems that we are having in South Africa. That is why we want illegal foreigners to leave us so that we can face our problems. Not you telling us, Uguti, the problems that we are complaining about, it includes them. So if you are having a problem of our home affairs, we must not fight them because it's our home affairs. What about their countries? What about their government and their home affairs in their countries?
This thing is rotten here. Look at this. And you're selling it. No. What do you mean no? Yeah.
It isn't put it has been. Close the shop. It's now morning time.
Close the shop here. Close it. Close your shop.
Yeah, this one put it has been.
Close your shop. Close it.
Yeah.
Close it. They say everything is rotten and you're selling it. Close it. Close.
20 minutes, what? And we keep cats here in the shop. And they pee all these things. No. And people
no puede hablar. No.
Shops zivalile bethuna nke sara kuthengeka kusebenzisa namhlanje. Zivaliwe izitolo.
Yeah, in these small clips, I'm sure you have noticed a lot of activities there, including the police cleaning up the Johannesburg city, Johannesburg town. I mean, if you know Johannesburg town, that is small street, just by Chippy Street. That's part of Johannesburg. That's where they are demolishing and removing all those illegal buildings that are there. But I wanted to speak about the clip that I was talking about. It's just that my slot was not enough, so it cut me before I finished speaking. The fact that the point that the man raised, that these people, they built South Africa, referring to people from Mozambique and people from Zimbabwe. Some of the statement that the man said is true. You know why? Because the government of that time, it was an apartheid government. It was fighting against South Africans, black people of South Africa. So what they did is they also, part of undermining South Africans, they started recruiting from foreign countries, people from Mozambique, people from Zimbabwe and other African countries to come and build the city, Johannesburg, most and Pretoria. So that was also undermining South Africans then, because there was apartheid. Black people were fighting against white people here in South Africa. So that's when that happened. So this white man, it mentions this is because it was his prime. It was when he was young then. So he knows exactly what was happening then. He's not lying. He's not lying. But to come and tell us that no, we shouldn't tell these people to go home because they helped to build our country, as if they were building our country for free. And even then, they were taking our jobs because our fathers and our grandfathers were at war against the government of apartheid of that time. So you're gonna come here and tell us now that, you know, these people, they helped build South Africa. They were all paid. They were paid. Some of them, they benefited from that. So we can't be all talking about the past as if we don't know how our past looked like. So I just wanted to finish my point. Let's keep going.
yazi indaba nadata la belifuna nje ukuthi ngathi ufonela ngezi call ubona ukuthi kwenzakalani lapho isimo sikuhle akusizi ukuthi ufonela nadata uthi kubi nedata la bozo ufonela ngezi call
The city looks clean. The last clip that you just saw now, that shows us the results of what has been happening. The city looks clean. It looks beautiful. We hope as the match is still going, we'll see a lot of these nice clips whereby there's change, there's difference. Thank you for watching. If you've managed to watch this video up until now, please make sure that you subscribe and like the video so that it gives it an opportunity to go and to move and to trend. Thank you so much. See you next time.